Sorry, I just found this candle. But we're going to the moon again? I think we went. It doesn't really matter. But how are we going to get there? Alright, so we're firing this rocket, and it's just going to... till it's out of screen, and we can't see it anymore. The first step is to go around the Earth. Once we're in orbit around the Earth, we can use the centripetal force to slowly increase our speed. And then the way we're going to do it is on the third round around Earth, just a couple little boosters from this side against Earth. I'm Earth in this situation, my blue headband. And we'll just tilt it a little bit that way, and it will take off towards the moon. Once the rocket ship gets to the moon, we're not going to be doing any fancy schmancy, let's hang out on the moon stuff. We're just proving we can get there and back without any problems with the new hardware. What makes this so much more difficult than the last time? I'll get to that. It's coming up on the moon. The moon's going to be flying this way. I'm still Earth. Moon's flying this way. We're going to launch and just get right in front of the moon. So now, me, the Earth, this, the moon, the rocket ship's on the other side of the moon. The gravity of the moon going this way and the rocket ship doing a little bit of like thruster force will whip it around the moon and shoot it right back towards the Earth. A little bit different than last time. Last time we went for a straight off and then did a couple orbits around the moon and then came back. This time we're just doing a quick little whipty-wapty, we're coming back-y. What makes this time different than the last time? 3 key factors. 1, 1970 we went through a technological advancement era. Everything became computerized. Before then, we were running analog. You can imagine analog as the full wave and digital as just little snapshots of where the wave would be at that point, but not a connected line the whole time. So you have to assume the points in between. When frequencies interfere with an analog signal, there's a lot less distortion and possibility for it to be changed into another thing than when a signal from space, random radiation, hits a computer. So here's your iPhone. At any point in time, we have radiation coming down. Our solar system blocks most of that. Still, sometimes radiation gets through, and that's what you call a bit flip. The most famous bit flip being the Super Mario World bit flip, where in a speed run, the player automatically teleported to the top where the finish line was just because of a bit going from 1 to 0. If that happens in space, you explode. So our solution is 3 computers in space. So if one of them gets hit, the other 2 can still talk to each other and be like, nah, number 3 is wrong. We're just going to go with this. All this new weight on the aircraft costs a lot. Makes the spaceship a lot bigger. And that's not really what you do with space things. You want to make them small. It's expensive. Half a pound getting to the moon costs about 80 grand. Just in fuel costs. And then we have to make the spaceship bigger to hold this extra half a pound. And then, oh wait, but we need another one too. And then we need all the wires to go with those because we can't do wireless transmission out there. That's not reliable. So the biggest thing was creating a modern spaceship to be able to actually get to the moon and back, not on some analog stuff. The way we did it before was super rudimentary. We shot a spaceship and just hoped it came back. The technology wasn't really there. They weren't more or less flying it. It was on a crash course to not crash. Hits the moon, does its loop, they hit their thruster disengage, and that's just how that goes. Imagine if I threw a water bottle in a lazy river and just stood there. Eventually, it's going to go around the lazy river and it's going to come back. And so if you put it on the right side of the river, it's going to come back and like bounce off the correct wall and end up back at you again. That's what they did before. So you don't need too many computers. You just assume it's going to come back. They did all the math to be able to do all of that. Now, they have to have computers updating and checking 24/7. Before, we had thousands of women in rooms. They were the calculators, not the computers, not the calculators, but these people calculate how we would get to the moon. So if you do a 2-body system with gravity, that's easy math. Once you add a third in there, there is too many things going on, and our math can't do it yet. We can make assumptions, we can do pretty good, but when you start doing that over long distances, fast speeds, like going to the moon, those numbers start to deviate super far from the true number. So you have to redo that math every little while. The last reason is we want to do this right, actually get there and back. We want to have this be a staple. When the Challenger blew up, that really set back the United States, it set back a lot of people. The world's morale was really tainted going towards space. So if we want to build up all these funds and investors really want to be certain on this, yeah, they delayed the launch. Oh no, like, let's do this right. This is a big staple for like where the human race will be in the future and for the United States as a people in the first place. Good luck to the people on board. Not that they need it. NASA and everyone's been doing a great job. For those who don't believe, I'd love to jump into the conversation. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope they're playing some really cool country western music and making a nice little vlog out there, something for us to like catch up on when they get back.